right, welcome back to Pixels and Points. I am Matt Nelsen, the digital media director at Red Rock, and with me as always,
I'm Susie Brown, media buyer planner extraordinaire at Red Rock.
All right, and today we've got just a couple quick articles to go over about some news in the media world. First one is the OpenAP TV network owners push ahead on interoperable streaming ads. Now that sounds really fancy, but basically what it all comes down to is the OpenAP is I don't know why they call themselves the OpenAP network. It's basically like the Max network, which includes Warner Brothers and a few other ones. It's actually listed there.
Yep, Fox, NBC, Paramount, and Warner Brothers Discovery. So all the top guys got together.
Yeah, well, all that group got together and has their open data is what they're basically going to have, and they're including with them some of the big data people, which is DeepSync, Experian, LiveRamp, TransUnion. I'm surprised Oracle isn't in there. Got Axiom in there as well, and they're going to be basically trying to make I would say like a database area where everybody can put their data in together, and it's going to make it a little bit easier to do cross-device targeting. I think like cross-device audience analysis, so that all of these different people that have different data about people are going to be able to see across the data and see, oh, these people are doing this over here, and it's a helpful thing that's going to help replace the cookie as it's gone away, and so it's where the data needs to go. Other kinds of people are putting together their own like AI data analyzer and things like that. So there is competition to this, but this is one put out by a big streaming giant. So they're going to be, because people want to be able to do targeting on, premium television a little bit better than we are right now.
Yeah, that's the way I understood it. At least the benefit for me as a media buyer is being able to target on that premium TV, which we're able to target a little, but being able to use all this data, I think, is really going to help. And to me, it kind of looks like, just a one-stop shop where they're going to have everything together that we can access and build audiences and just have so much more targeting capabilities. But one of the parts I didn't understand as much is how they're getting all that data together and the clean room and all of that kind of situation. And they're talking about the technology that I was still a little unsure on how everything actually is going to work. So it'll be interesting to see as it goes through and as they're selling it, how they,
how you get all these companies together with their data so that they can, work together. Then they all get to keep their own data.
What do they all learn? That's the next part is, what about the privacy concerns?
Do they all learn their own? Do they learn off other people's data and then they just, enhance their own data that they're selling? Or is everybody now going to have the same data sets that they're trying to sell to everybody? Or
how is it going to work when it kind of comes on the open market, I guess?
Yeah.
And I'm sure there may be some lawsuits in the future and figuring all this out, but especially when Fox and Universal and Paramount are involved.
Yeah, and this is just another step in all the cross-device that they've been doing over the past, 5 to 10 years. They've been trying to do this kind of thing, so they can target you between, where you're running on Google to Facebook to streaming. So just another step.
It'd be great.
All right, let's switch on to the next one.
All right, another article we brought to talk about today is Meta. And 3 ways Meta's going after those big retail budgets. So I think it had said, it was at 65 billion. Let me find in the article, is what they're expecting to be spent this year in retail media. So Meta's trying to get a bigger piece of that pie.
They're trying to do their own thing when it comes to the way Amazon and TikTok are doing theirs. I'm like, everybody knows Facebook has its marketplace, but it's not Facebook Marketplace isn't known for, people doing drop shipping or people selling products from
Right. It's not an Amazon retailer by any means.
not an Amazon retailer. It's people basically selling stuff from person to person, like a big garage sale is what people have known it for and like it.
Mhm.
And I think what Meta's trying to do is they're trying to turn that into more of a retail area where people can sell, TVs and things, just everything, drills and vacuums and like the stuff that's on TikTok. They have the TikTok
The
shop.
TikTok shop. Yeah, more hard goods. And I can see everything that gets sold to me on the TikTok shop is
Yeah,
skincare and beauty products and
I
things
feel
like
like
that.
they're trying to catch up to TikTok in that respect. I mean, they already have a marketplace, they already have it set up, but it's not as fleshed out as TikTok is. And then the other side of the coin is the data side, and they're trying to build a larger data set so that they can sell data on their Facebook network, which is already pretty robust, to include information that a lot of retailers can only get from Amazon.
That's what I was thinking. They're
Amazon
trying
buying
to be a
data.
mini Amazon
So
or copy off of their model.
they're trying to go over here and over there and put it together within their own model, which is it's good. It's showing that they're growing. They're trying to expand. So I just hope that this doesn't really hurt their homegrown kind of garage sale.
Right. It's more the mom and pop feel, and then it's going to come in and feel like the big box store, right? Took
Yeah,
over.
people trying to sell stuff to other people, and then you're going to be just like, okay, is this person trying to sell me a car that they have, or is this a car dealership that's selling a car to me, like
Hmm.
that's selling a car on Meta? So, and there's already that in there. It's just
Yeah. And I
there's a
think the
lot more.
consumer, especially with Meta, is a little more savvy or hopefully inspecting what they're getting and looking out for ads a little more. So it may be a little jarring, but
Yep. And so this is only available to a few retailers right now.
yeah, it said just two or three. I was curious to know who those big retailers are, but I'm sure they have large budgets.
Yeah, they have large budgets and they're selling stuff on the marketplace is what it seems like. I feel like they're going to be doing a little bit more of the Amazon model where you have to be
Hmm.
the way Amazon used to be, where you had to sell something on the platform to use that data to
Yes,
sell.
that's what I was kind of scrolling to. And
This
it
is an
was a
open
huge
to,
tier. Like you had to have 20,000 third party, yeah, 20,000 third party sellers
yeah.
to be one of their e commerce platforms. But they're loosening all those
So, I
restrictions.
mean, I hope that they would be opening this up to just general advertising. You can target people who, is just target people who have been looking at certain products. If we have a home and garden client, but they don't
Hmm.
sell products, you want to target people who have been shopping for
Shopping those products.
home
Yep.
and garden service products and things like that. So it's nice, not just somebody that has an interest in home and gardening, but
Right. You don't have to be selling a lawnmower to, yeah,
yeah,
take advantage of the data.
yeah, that's where I hope that they're going with this, and that they don't keep it walled off within a walled off garden. So
Hmm. And the enhanced reporting with all the impression logs sounds interesting to me, but it sounds like only two or three clients have access to that great information so far. But hopefully someday we all will.
yep. All right. Well,
Great.
that's it for me.
Yep. Couple quick new items in the news, the media news this week. But we'll be back next week with a couple more topics to discuss and see what's going on new in the marketplace.
Sounds good.
All right. See y'all next time.